Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Stream Queen 93. Thanks for the suggestion. You asked, why do we rewatch shows instead of starting new ones? If you've ever spent more time scrolling through Netflix than actually watching anything, or if your idea of branching out is watching The Office in reverse order, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into the comfort, chaos, and caffeine-fueled logic behind why we keep pressing replay instead of play. So grab your favorite snack and your emotional support blanket, because we're about to uncover the very relatable science behind rewatching, right here on Explaining Everything. Rewatching old shows isn't about laziness. It's about comfort. When life is throwing stress grenades at you, the last thing your brain wants is suspense or surprise plot twists. Watching a show you've already seen is like wrapping yourself in a warm, sarcastic blanket. You know what's coming. You know who dies. You know when to look away and when to quote the lines like a karaoke song. It's psychological safety. Familiarity lowers anxiety. Shows like Parks and Rec or Friends give you the illusion of stability. Nothing changes. Nobody gets cancelled. Unless you're watching early 2000 sitcoms, then maybe. And the jokes still land. This isn't just about nostalgia. It's about emotional predictability. You already know Michael Scott is going to say something wildly inappropriate and then make it worse. But that's the point. You know what chaos you're walking into. That's strangely soothing. New shows, on the other hand, they demand attention. They require commitment. And honestly, we're barely committing to our sleep schedules right now. You've probably experienced this. You open Netflix, scroll for 25 minutes, then give up and rewatch New Girl. That's not indecisiveness. It's decision paralysis. We're drowning in choices. Streaming platforms are digital buffets of content, and instead of helping, it stresses us out. Should I watch the new psychological thriller that has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes? Or the fantasy series about immortal bakery chefs fighting demons with cinnamon rolls? It's too much. When your brain is already tired from work, life, or just surviving Monday, it's not going to take the risk of wasting time on something mediocre. It defaults to the known, the safe, the proven. You already know you like The Good Place. It makes you laugh. It makes you feel feelings. It doesn't make you Google plot summary every 8 minutes. Starting something new is a gamble. Rewatching is a guaranteed win. And in a world where even ordering coffee can be an anxiety-inducing experience, predictability feels like luxury. Let's be honest. Most of the time, we're not even watching our shows. We're just vibing. You're folding laundry, cooking dinner, doom scrolling, or working from home with headphones in. You don't want to pay attention to something new. You want noise. You want company. You want background friends. And your go-to show is perfect for that. You've seen it so many times. It's practically wallpaper. You know every line, every pause, every look into the camera. It's low-maintenance entertainment. No subtitles. No rewinding. No, wait, who's this character again? You're not watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine again because you forgot what happened. You're watching it because it's a chill soundtrack to your chaotic life. It's the TV version of a comfort meal. You know what it tastes like. It never disappoints, and it doesn't ask anything of you. New shows are high stakes. Your attention, your emotions, your time. Reruns, they're your ride or die. Sometimes rewatching isn't about the show. It's about who you were the first time you watched it. Maybe How I Met Your Mother reminds you of college nights with roommates. Maybe Stranger Things brings you back to a specific summer when everything just felt better. That's nostalgia doing its magic. When you rewatch, you're not just consuming content, you're reconnecting with a version of yourself. It's time travel without the awkward time travel paradox. You remember how you felt, what snacks you ate, who you watched it with, maybe even the weird little crush you had on a character you'd now call a walking red flag. Rewatching becomes emotional self-care. In psychology, this is called nostalgia regulation, intentionally triggering good memories to boost mood or reduce stress. So yeah, maybe you've seen The Office 14 times, but every time you hit play, you're not just going back to Scranton. You're going back to a moment that meant something to you. And honestly, that's beautiful and possibly cheaper than therapy. So why do we rewatch instead of starting something new? Because it's safe, it's soothing. It doesn't ask for anything except your presence and maybe a laugh or two. Rewatching isn't a sign of being stuck. It's a sign of knowing what works for you. It's comfort, nostalgia, and practicality all rolled into a 22-minute episode you've seen 47 times. In a world full of chaos and way too many streaming options, it makes sense that we find peace in the familiar. So next time someone says, "You're watching that again?" just smile and say, "Absolutely." And I'll probably watch it again tomorrow. If you enjoy this video or you've ever whispered just one more episode during your 6th rewatch, please like and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.